KDB. That is fire. KDB. That is fire.
Beats Planet.
And come on inside and get yourself something cool.
We back like bra straps. Will Steele. Boy, hey, I'm not going to be the one to drive the hype train here, sir. I'm not going to continue to be the one that y'all look at me and call a homer, because every time I say something, and it be true, Will Steele, I don't say a whole bunch of shit unless it's like some kind of true, and they call me a homer. But it's just, boy, it's just something chilling. Let me get my button ready. It's chilling when I say something and I know it be right and they say it's wrong and they call me a homer and the shit happened again the next day. But better. but better. Oh, Will Steele. Hey, it's only so much powder you can pour in the water. And I don't use sugar in my house, but dog, monk fruit getting expensive. Niggas just keep putting in this goddamn purple drink. Grape don't exist. This purple.
Blue. It gotta be blue, man.
This blue drink mixture. Will Steele. We just scrolling down the timeline, dog, and it's just So normally we get into the sound clips that I have for the day, and then we get into camp. I might want to go in reverse today, Will Steele. I just want to get these camp thoughts off my mind because it's fresh. Practice just ended, and I'm just excited from what I've seen. And practice felt a little long today. You know, I felt like the other days.
I think it was.
Yeah. We only got like a handful of clips or whatever, and I keep looking at the phone, and they just still going,
Right.
and I'm like, all right. And it's some one-on-ones. Okay, this got to be. They kept going. They did some more. They did some more. They did some more. And I'm just kudos to what I've been seeing. Micah's done his thing. The D-line has done great things. Mazi Smith, I'm going to defend him and fight some people for him today. I don't know if I said Micah, but if I did, I'll say it again. Rain Dakota Prescott putting his foot on y'all next. We got a lot to talk about.
Gallup's getting involved now. He's making a few big catches. Everybody's getting involved.
Turpin.
The Jalens. We might have to come up with something with the Jalens.
You know what I'm saying? It's been an interesting day of Cowboy camp. So I think I want to start off with camp first, Will Steele, and then we're gonna get into these Mike McCarthy clips. Hey, I'm your host, Voch Lombardi, by the way.
AKA Ferrari.
What's his face still not allowed to call in and talk, but VOCHLONBARDI on all social media platforms. We're being point guarded by the best in the business, Master William. What's up, sir?
Usually I would bring up a certain song, but today with the bullshit no more. So let's go.
Now, Will Steele, normally we like to rehearse this a little bit, and we'll grab a Celsius can and throw it.
Oh, I got my.
we didn't. We just didn't practice this time, but yeah, man. There's a lot of cowboy narrative that we just have to fight every day, and it's just becoming nonsensical. At some point, it's just becoming it's clearly a lack of research. And it's clear that you're walking in with a pessimistic attitude. And look, that's totally fine. You can walk in with whatever attitude you have. You can be pessimistic. I'm pessimistic of fucking Turpin, but I'm seeing him running his routes, making catches, scoring touchdowns. So at some point, I got to be like, hey, man, Turpin giving it up. Now, I still would like to see Turpin's 3-catch, 40-yard game. You know what I'm saying? I would still like to see that in real life, but it's only so much you can do. It's only so much you can do to just keep fighting that truth off of you, So Dak Prescott tearing it up, Will Steele. Dak is tearing it up. And Dak is tearing it up against all levels of the defense, Will. All of them. We've seen plays against Diggs, Gilmore, Bland. Kelvin got ate up in the one-on. Kelvin got ate up in the one-on-ones,
It's not looking too great for him.
Everybody getting a little bit of business today, Will Steele. But it's against every level of the defense, man. Dak just looking surgical out there. Dak just looking comfy. Dak looking clean. Besides the idea that one dude's gonna blow the play up every single play, and we'll talk about him in a little bit. There's nothing that Chuma Adoga can do, let alone anybody.
Man, he is killing 71. He's killing everybody, but
he's killing everybody. But he's especially killing Josh Ball and Chuma Adoga. I hate them the most right now. But just Dak's looking so surgical. The receivers looking better, Will Steele. It's one thing to see CeeDee Lamb go crazy, right? And I would love him to keep his ass on the ground and not keep tumbling on his feet and his knees and shit. But Gallup made plays today. Cooks getting the touchdown. Will Steele, we've been talking about Cooks and 4 all week, but I think we need to really have a discussion about how much 4 is going to trust 3, like in the season. Like this looking like a breakout type season for Cooks, and Cooks had some great ass seasons with some great quarterbacks. This looking like one-on-ones. We'll cross that road whenever we get there. Ferguson went crazy. Hendershot had a catch, and I'm like, all right, these are the first team guys, but Jalen Brooks is getting involved, and Jalen Tolbert is looking like Jalen Tolbert is lining up at wide receiver. Will Steele.
Yo, you know what's crazy? There was a play where he cooked. I want to play your music here. Kelvin Joseph. You're sad. I know.
Let me just. I got.
I know. We went from humping a chair to.
I didn't hump a chair. I never did that.
So, you never did that. Brother L said his name's not Kelvin no more. It's food.
No way. It never happened.
Damn. Yeah.
It was versus CeeDee Lamb, though, Will Steele. Doesn't Kelvin Joseph get some type of credit for that?
No, this one was against Jalen Tolbert. This one against him.
Oh.
So what happened was Jalen Tolbert goes out to line up, and he told Kelvin Joseph where to line up. The irony of that.
Find that
Jalen
clip.
Tolbert.
Find that clip.
Who
You mean to
who
tell?
was lining up at safety?
You mean to tell
I
me?
was telling Kelvin, hey, no, you want to come inside a little bit more. And then cook them.
You mean to tell me Jalen Tolbert, who actually got reps at corner in a real game, told Kelvin Joseph what a lineup, and
Kelvin Joseph with a lineup, and then cooked him.
I gotta see this play.
I got you. You hold.
Ain't no way.
Yeah.
Hey man, look, and if Eric Scott keep making plays, I mean, boy, Nashawn and Kelvin, boy, look, if anybody can beat bad, it's Nashawn and Kelvin. I keep seeing 1 in 25. They might as well get that jersey somebody else.
Here you go, bro.
Let me see what's going on. Let me just cut this music down as I look
make
over.
sure y'all can see this over here, man. So Jalen Tolbert goes out wide.
Here we go. Let's
Let me turn this down here. And then he's like, oh, wait, back up, Kelvin. Back up, Kelvin. You too far over, dog. All right, ready? All right, cook.
Oh man, turn my sad music. That's a goddamn shame.
Wait, let me help you out, Kelvin. Come here. Let me help you out real quick. Wait, back up. I'm trying to give you an advantage here, Kelvin.
That motherfucker said, Kelvin, your leverage is off. You need to give me a
Yeah, stop. You're on your toes, man. Back up a little bit, man.
Yeah, Kelvin, your alignment's wrong. You need to be here. And that's Jalen Tolbert.
If you're reaching, you're teaching. Yeah, and that's Jalen Tolbert.
Notebook. Hey, man. But that got the boys going crazy, dog.
Yeah.
That got them young boys going crazy, man. Like I said, Brooks got a Jalen. There's a lot of Jalen's on the team. Jalen Brooks had a couple of touchdowns today. Undefeated in 2-point conversion, right, Will Steele?
Sound like the red zone 2-point drills were fantastic. Something like 5 for 5 or something crazy. It was a good day down there between Cooks, Gallup, Ferguson, and Brooks. And I said Cooks already. Yeah.
And that's incredible considering I ain't got no faith in this kicking situation so far. So if that's the plan, that's a good start. Mike McCarthy actually said in his interview, in one of the interviews, that, hey, man, we're going to be doing some one-on-ones today. You know, there's going to be a lot of situational football. There's going to be a lot of, like, real-life stuff going on today, right? And shouts out to Mike McCarthy for, being very honest. Whenever it come down to real-life football talk, Mike McCarthy really gives us answers. You know, he don't give a lot of answers, to the messy stuff. But when it's, like, real football stuff, Mike McCarthy really wants us to know what's going on. He was actually asked, I believe, like Clarence asked us what are you looking to accomplish with the pads on? Mike McCarthy said this.
So, and as far as what we accomplished, I think just like anything, you have to get out here and you have to get you got to get the tempo. And that's really, really important. Just the pace of operation. Everybody has, practice objectives and, the development of mind speed in playing fast at the line of scrimmage. We've had opportunity to do, 2-minute competitive 2-minute drills every single day during ramp up. And that's a real credit to our players for what they've put in to the off-season program. So, because, we didn't really go back and install number one and, work through. We look at these as more review days with the ability to really, push the envelope on our situational work. So I thought last week was good, but this is the start to me, this is the real start of training camp.
This is where football really, really, really starts, Will Steele. All the on-air stuff, all the shorts and stuff is cool, but now we really get to put things to the test. Now we really get to raise that tempo. We really get to look at situational football, right? Oh, well, let's see. Okay, if Deuce Vaughn is going to be a goal line back, if Hunter Lipke is going to be a goal line back, we actually can tackle the running backs now. What is this going to look like when those dudes bounce off of tackles, right? Mike McCarthy.
So they can't tackle them just yet. That's what sucks about the running
back. They thump. Thumping.
Yeah.
Thumping and thudding is the thing that they do. But it's a lot more than, than just shorts and all that, right? Yeah. So this is real practice. This is real life. What's going on, and what Mike was just saying was like, hey man, these are like these real competitive situations. Man, you had this conversation, Will Steele. We was talking about the lack of like competition stuff compared to what Jason Garrett used to do. Jason Garrett just line guys up at the end of practice, like Zach Martin versus.
Oh yeah, I used to love that. I ain't gonna lie.
Alex Alacone, motherfucker. Just
whoever wins, they got to do this or that. Yeah.
Yeah. But I think Mike McCarthy does that. It's just that it's more of a team concept, right? You know, as opposed to just a one-on-one situation. We're just gonna run competitive goal line, competitive red zone, competitive 2-point conversion, competitive team stuff, right? So it may not be exactly a one-on-one, but you get the real life reps of what these one-on-one reps are gonna look like. They did do a one-on-one today, but they ain't gonna do that every day. They're gonna 2-minute drill every day. They're gonna red zone every day. They're gonna 2-point conversion every single day, and that's where the real competition comes in.
Yeah, what I appreciate about the one-on-ones that I at least seen, I'm not down there, but it's not, hey, we're gonna put a double move on you with knowing you have no help anywhere else type of situation, right? Like a juke. I think that's whack. Because if you're going full speed one way and hit a double move, knowing you ain't got no linebacker on the inside, it's anybody's going to get beat in that version of one-on-one. Most of the one-on-ones I saw was kind of fade routes, right? Jump ball situations. Let's see man-on-man type stuff.
Yeah. Plus, what's this shit going to look like when, Micah Parsons running down your quarterback? You know what I mean?
And he did that.
He did it a bunch. And boy, Will Steele, Micah Parsons, bro. I know, Cowboy fans out there are a little mad that Micah ran into Dak, but hear me out. Micah's not supposed to be running into Dak. He's not supposed to be hitting Dak. He's not supposed to be tumbling into Dak knees. I get it. Dak got up. Good. I don't want to tell Micah to stop, though.
They're missing the goodness out of that rep, bro.
I don't want Micah to be slowing down and shit. The actual play, if you got it, I understand it's on the fly. I apologize, right? But the step to the outside and how smooth the crossface was.
God, the crossover was crazy.
How smooth the crossface was, right? Tyron Smith did an interview. I ain't got it here because, Tyron's rather stoic. And he don't really give us too much. But they asked him about Micah Parsons, and Tyron talked about Micah really getting the feel for what it is right now. Him switching it up and his hands. He's quicker with his hands now. He's quicker with these. He's more comfortable, in these moves right now. And Will, we've been saying here for a while, man. Micah been doing this shit with no clue what he's doing. Micah's really just been physical talent in people, right? Just running past people or just running through people. The fact that Micah is using his speed to now set you up to cross over on it. Come on. So I know it's true, but shit, he's supposed to be starting.
So here's the first one. The first one just shows his ridiculous agility, where he can plant his foot in the ground, lose no speed at a split of a second, man. It's just getting unfair at this point, man. And honestly, I don't care what your defense or your offensive play is called. You got to put a body on Micah. You got to put somebody in front of this guy. But if you just so happen to put a body in front of Micah, he might just do this to that body. So, and this is the play everybody was like, oh, Micah, you can't touch that. Look, I get it. You can't. But I'm sorry. That ain't what got me all riled up. It was the damn move, bro. Yeah. The move is crazy.
and look, man, like Micah's showing us power. Right, but he still got that thing, man. That because look, what he say? Will smooth is fast. Ain't that what he said?
Smooth is fast. What he say?
Is
fast is slow or something.
I need some jazzy music when he say that shit. But dog, smooth is fast. Shouts out to BLS. Smooth is fast. You know what I mean? You ever seen they running track? They going crazy. They got fast, but it's smooth. That's Micah Parsons going step to the outside. And just smooth. Incredible rep from Micah Parsons, man. Micah's really tearing up. He's really tearing up the offense there. And Will, me and you saw Micah in person. It seems that he's gotten a little better. That he's a little more comfortable pass rushing. Now he's gonna line up against some dudes in real life. But damn, dog, like I don't see them being able to stop him. Micah's gonna run into like the Trent Richardsons and the Lane Johnson. I said Trent Williams, and the Lane Johnson characters of the world. When Micah started putting hands on them, I'm getting arrested. Boy, I just hope the volume provide the bond money to get me up out of jail. You know what I'm saying? You think Micah? And look, that's another thing too, right? Part of my homerism. I saw some people on social media that was like, yeah, Micah breaking the sack record this year. And part of my homerism was like, yeah. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? Was it? But
Yeah, it's squabbling out there now. Yeah.
But Micah came out and said, "Fuck sex."
Right.
Micah said, "I would rather be the impact guy." Right, and you see what happens to this offense when it ain't even always got to tackle. He's in the area. Dak it wasn't in Dak's plans to just break out and run. Dak was probably supposed to sit in the pocket and throw. So just imagine when we play against these quarterbacks, who is definitely not their idea to just stand it to break out and run. Micah's coming, man. Year 3, Micah about to be way different than year 1 and 2. It just is what it is.
When he says it's going to be a special year, I listen.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah. Micah just seems a lot more aware. I don't think the Cowboys have practice tomorrow, so we're probably gonna be breaking down Micah's 105 interview. It was some good shit in there, since we don't have camp or whatever. But dog, I just want to keep apologizing to him, and I think everybody should apologize to him, right? Because even if you thought Micah was a good pass rusher, how many of us? I mean, Will knew because he knows everything. How many of us knew that Micah was gonna be a top three NFL player in general? We should just apologize to him, man. Micah's a first overall pick, bro. Fuck him. We got him at 12. Anyway, let's get into.
I wonder where he'd go. Was that the? No, that wasn't Joe Burrow. That was the next year.
That was Trevor Lawrence and.
Yeah, they probably still take Trevor.
Yeah, Micah.
I mean, look.
I don't know.
Would I take Micah?
Yeah.
Who would you rather? I just saying. I'm talking about. All right, let's go. We should look into that with that 20.
They usually do it like after 3 years. They'll do a redraft situation, but I don't need 3.
Yeah, look. Shout out to Trevor Lawrence and his 6 picks in the fucking playoffs. But I'm all right. Let's see. All right, cool. Mike, how have you evolved as a play caller? Mike McCarthy said this.
Really not much, honestly. Just,
that ain't Mike McCarthy.
I'm about to say, damn, Mike.
That's CD Lamb, goddamn. Hold on, let me see if let me go on the computer and not let me see.
Evolved.
All right, cool. Can you hear that, Winston?
Yeah, I can hear it. It sounds like he's speaking out of a microphone, like my man used.
Evolved.
All right, we'll still talk about Mike McCarthy evolving as a play caller.
Go ahead, play it. Just play it, dog. Just play it.
I gotta say this. Okay, well, let me at least set the Mike McCarthy said this.
The way different play calling, of course, but
and look, that's the same topic and everything.
Basically.
What we doing? Number 2. Here we go. Mike McCarthy.
Evolved. I think the biggest thing for me personally is just make sure I'm connected with our players, starting with Dak, our quarterback. I think the most important thing, and it's really the way I learned it back in 1989. It's you have to have a system. Back in the old days, there were systems that were really built around the running back. So, but obviously in today's generation of football, has been evident for a while now, is your system has to be built around making the quarterback successful, because these games, these championship games, these playoff games, come down to the last series. I mean, it's week in and week out. We see it throughout the regular season, but the training for the quarterback to win those games is vital, and not only do we need to train that way on offense, but also it prepares our defense. So I think the biggest thing of evolution is frankly having the discipline of being in touch with your players and how the system fits the players. I mean, there's a time
it's just
in the West Coast offense, you always, it was the system, but so much about our games is matchup football, and I've always
Yo, Will Steele, come on, man. So fitting the players, right? Does your system fit these players? You know what I mean? It's not about how much you change as a play caller. It's, does your system fit these players? Shanahan can do all he wants, but if he go out there with this passing attack with whoever the fuck he got at quarterback, whatever, it ain't gonna work. We play defense, we run the football, and we make opportunistic throws. That's our offense. The day Mike Shanahan get a Pat Mahomes, he gonna have to run a different type of offense, bro. You see what I'm saying? Go ahead,
Yeah.
Wilson.
No, you're right. That is definitely what Shanny does, and it's players over plays is what McCarthy and CeeDee Lamb has been saying, right?
CeeDee Lamb. Yeah, basically.
Same person, you know.
Yeah. So hearing Mike say that is like you're not trying to fit Dak into somebody else, right? You're gonna take what Dak is good at, and it's interesting because we've been saying as fans for a long time, Dak and this offense is so much better in that no huddle type situation. We just get on the line and Dak just called a play and we just go. And if you listen to yesterday's show, because you're not allowed to miss shows, and if you just listen to what these players have to say about that situation, that's what it sounds like we're gonna be leaning towards. Now you can look at it. I can make a little joke and be like, damn boy, Mike McCarthy don't want to do shit. But in real life, that's what you should be doing. Like, Dak, what are you good with? What are you comfortable with? Even in the Netflix series quarterback, shouts out the Netflix series quarterback. Even Andy Reid will pull Pat to the side. Pat, what do you think about? And Pat will go, I love. And they fucking go out and run and they score on the shit, right? You got to be on the same page with your guys. Even being critical of Kellen. Damn, dog, man. Look, I am the hugest Turpin fan. Why aren't we getting Turpin going? Will Steele? Why don't we give why are we doing better by Lamb? Why don't we do better by Pollard than them, right? Like you just trying to fit shapes in places where they don't go, bro. So hearing Mike McCarthy say that, it's refreshing. And the shit's about matchups. That's the last thing that he said. Let me hear exactly what he said about matchups. Let's see what he said.
The system fits the players. I mean, there's a time in the West Coast offense, you always, it was the system. But, so much about our games is matchup football. And, I've always credited Marty Schottenheimer for that because, coming in the early days learning the West Coast offense and the precision timing, particularly in the passing game, was the backbone of what we were doing. But
now, Will Steele, I've been noticing something interesting, and I haven't commented on the chat because I ain't got all the best film. So I'm just going based on what I seen. But I see a lot of big plays, right? And I'll be like, like there was this one play where Ron Curse was running with Brandon Cooks, and Brandon Cooks beat the shit out of him, right? And I go, how did this happen? How did Curse get on Cooks, right? But you got to play a good game of find the scrub. I'm not saying the Curse is a scrub, but the matchup will still exactly. Hey, I wish you would find a look. Ron Curse can run with tight ends and shit. You know what I mean? He can run with like some of these bigger receivers, but that's Brandon Cooks right there. You know what I'm saying? So getting Brandon Cooks matchups against these box safety type characters, these linebacker guys that can't really run with them. That's what you call. That's the play that from now on, that's how you call. Right? It ain't about, I'm Mike McCarthy coming in with my own thing. Shouts out to Dan Quinn. Dan Quinn defense now ain't shit like Dan Quinn's defense that he used to run. Dan leans into the guys that he got. Dan figure out what works. We're going to lean on Micah, and we're going to cover the damn, and that's what it is. You leaning on your guys. It's refreshing to hear Mike McCarthy say this. Go ahead, Wister. You got something on this? I know you.
No, I just love to hear about matchups because how many times did we get into the playoffs the last couple of years? And last year the biggest matchup guy we had was Tony, and he got hurt early. But the first year, we're like, it was criminal. Tony Pollard 3 touches, CeeDee Lamb 1 reception. Man. But this is a matchup driven league. You have an advantage with those two guys. Let's give them a rock. And not just that game, but in general, right? It took 4 years, bro, to get Tony Pollard fully involved. That's criminal. He's one of the best matchup players in the league. Now you got, I call them explosives, but these are matchup-driven type players. And then what happens when you get some of these guys involved, you'll get a nice matchup with your tight end on a linebacker, right? You'll get a nice matchup with some scrub corner on Michael Gallup. You get a nice matchup if Tolbert has to go in there against another scrub corner. So it is definitely matchup-driven football, and it was just refreshing to hear him admit that, knowing that, I could just do a standard 1985 West Coast offense, but it has evolved. Hence, look at Andy Reid. Andy Reid has taken the West Coast offense, and he stayed a step ahead of everybody for the last 20-some years.
And Andy Reid's offense with Pat Mahomes ain't like his offense with Alex Smith, ain't like his offense with Donovan McNabb. You know what I'm saying?
But he's had success with all of them. That's what's wild.
100%, Mr. Wolf, and they ain't the same dudes. Them 3 quarterbacks ain't the same guys. Fantastic points there, Will Steele. Mike McCarthy, you get to go against this defense every day. I hope this ain't CeeDee Lamb. You get to go against this defense every single day, Mike McCarthy. What do you think you getting from that?
Yeah, definitely. Because I mean, I think clearly, not only is our defense in tune with what they're doing, but they're just the understanding of what the offensive concepts are. The pattern read, I think, particularly with all the match coverage we have, I think they're extremely well coached back there. I think Joe Witt's as good as anybody. Clearly is the best I've ever worked with as far as, the back end and how we match concepts and so forth. So just like today, the ability to work stacks and bunches, that'll be great work for us because of the different adjustments that we have there. So, we'll see all the things we need to see as an offense against our defense, as far as the pressure, the different looks, they're going to have the defensive ends off the ball today. So we call it rodeo. So that's great work for us. And, I think that you're seeing that in your first third down practice. I think that clearly tells you where we are as a defense, but also the pressure it puts on us as an offense. It's phenomenal work. And then on the flip side of it,
before we get into the flip side and Mike McCarthy, take a deep breath.
Yo, Mike, I'll be getting nervous for Mike, bro.
Yeah, that boy be had them jackets on outside, boy, and he be breathing heavy. I'm like, somebody get Mike some water, please. Hey man, them DBs play a lot of different types of coverages, man. Joe Witt mixes it up well. Plus these pressure packages that they like to throw. And we're talking about the idea of Micah Parsons kind of moving around and blitz from everywhere. And then look, to be fair, it don't matter who the hell it don't matter who Micah Parsons lined up against. Just having him chasing you and destroying your play, right? If I can run plays against Micah Parsons and the boys, man, we'll be fine against whoever the hell fucking Ojulari for the Giants and them. You know what I mean? And look, shouts out to Ojulari, dog, but damn, Micah Parsons been chasing me for weeks, man. Right. You know what I'm saying? Micah been chasing me for weeks. Listen, Adoree Jackson, you're a great corner. You're a great corner, Adoree Jackson. But that throw that Gallup caught versus Gilmore to the sideline, Gilmore was right there.
Yeah.
And Dak had to place the ball perfect, and Gallup had to reach out and catch the ball as perfect as he can catch it because Gilmore was right there. Adoree Jackson, you're a great corner. I've been having to find the littlest of space versus damn Gilmore all off season. Good luck to you. Good luck to you.
I wonder if that's why they're not doing any scrimmages. Last it seems like 3 or 4 years in a row they've went to the Chargers. I'm sorry, Chargers. I think Rams have come to them. Denver. Who was the other one? A couple other ones throughout the years. Oakland or Las Vegas now, I guess. Sure. Now they're probably like, look, for what, motherfucker? For what? Our defense is the best we're going to see.
Right.
Our offense has enough matchup situations where we can practice against them and get competitive competition. And in fact, they are out there squabbling. Yeah. I'm telling you.
So, Will, do you think we're going to see Dak Prescott in preseason action at all because he's not going to be getting those reps versus other teams?
I think I heard this morning that. I mean, again, that's just everybody guessed, right? I don't think so. It's been like this since McCarthy's been here. I ain't gonna lie to you.
I don't need to see.
Part of me kind of. It's so scary, man.
Yeah, your whole season, dog. Joe Burrow scared the shit out of everybody in Cincinnati.
I know.
You know what I'm saying?
Maybe last year it made more sense because of the complexity of the offense, the guys that you had. You needed to get some connection with them. Hey, you've been around Lamb for 4 years. You've been around Gallup for a while. Ferguson's no rookie.
Yeah.
Cooks has been everywhere and has been fine. Yeah. Is a quarter or two really going to make the difference? It's not. Selfishly, I'd like to see it, though.
I mean, plus this is Dak's offense anyway. Like, this is all going to be stuff that he's happy with, he's comfortable with, you know what I mean, that he knows and all that. So, man, Dak ain't, I don't think he needs to ramp up here, dog, because these dudes just going to hit our quarterback and they ain't going to care nothing about whether he get up or not. And I just don't want to risk it. I ain't trying to risk it for the biscuit. They can hit Cooper Rush upside the head.
Who we got first week? Giants?
Giants.
He ain't lost to the Giants in 10.
Yeah.
You know exactly sit his ass down. That's his preseason. Right there.
He know exactly how to beat.
There you go.
Yeah. Giants Jets and
No.
Cardinals.
The Jets ain't preseason. Giants is preseason.
Giants is the preseason game.
With all, where's Jack? With all due disrespect to the New York Football Giants, yeah, it might be a fight. It ain't saying there's gonna be some 40 burger or whatever like that. But 10 games, 10 victories, in the last 10 opportunities. Different head coaches, different quarterbacks, different offensive coordinator, defensive coordinator. I don't give a damn. Line them up.
Yeah.
Basically, fuck them.
Love that. People in the chat are discussing whether I'm swole or not. I mean, I appreciate y'all. You know what I'm saying? All that, man. You know, I ain't been lifting a whole bunch of weights, but like I'm swole fat. You know what I'm saying? So as I lose fat, like that shit just kind of comes out. I've been telling people for years, I got abs up under all this. Once that slowly keeps melting off,
No.
Good luck. I'm going to all the pool parties, even the ones I ain't invited to. It's slowly but surely. It's gonna happen, Playboy. It's gonna happen. You ain't gonna be able to tell me nothing. I'm streaming
Killing it,
with
bro. You're killing it.
Man, appreciate you, man. That's why the cop. Hey, Will Steele, did you see CD Lamb and Brandon Cooks' touchdown celebration?
Nah.
CD Lamb caught the ball in the back of the end zone, and Brandon Cooks ran up, and it was and then they did the arrow.
Oh, was it one of them Jones?
Find CD Lamb.
I gotta find that. Because that's hard if they did that.
CD Lamb's touchdown. He mixed in the nose with the eye, and then they out at the end.
He mixed in the nose with the archer.
That's and hard. Will, you know, I've been looking for a touchdown celebration or just a great, like anything touchdown, any celebration, right? Since Byron Jones is host of the strap, right? Byron
that was hard.
Like the pass, and he'll just host of the motherfucking strap. I haven't resonated with a celebration since then, right? But the goddamn backwards nose into the draw. Oh, sir. Let's just go ahead and get Mike McCarthy in while we'll still find it.
I got it up here. I think this is it.
Let me see. Let me just.
Okay, yeah, that was it. Here, I'll pull it up for you.
Come on, Will. Still. Go.
That was dope.
What to say, man?
Oh wait, I gotta pull it up. Yo, you go ahead. I gotta get it up here. I had to switch something up.
Hey man, no problem. Mike McCarthy had a small little segment about Mazi Smith, and I'm sure that's gonna leave me and the Will still fussing at y'all about Mazi Smith. And look, when I say y'all, I don't mean like you guys. I mean like Blade Brown and the other motherfuckers that's over there. Let me see. Come on, Will. That's crazy. Will, that's crazy. Man.
Yeah,
I can't wait.
They'll perfect that for sure.
Yeah, they'll get that right. Shit, I forgot which number Mazi Smith. Hold on, let me see. I forgot which sound that was. Mazi 3. Sound number 3. Here we go. Mike McCarthy talking about Mazi Smith. What do you expect out of your first round pick, Mazi Smith? Mike McCarthy said this.
Just playing the technique, adhering to the technique. I mean, job responsibility was a topic of our team meeting today. Just everybody knowing their role, owning it, and just how you fit into the defense, how you fit into the offense. What is your clear-cut responsibility on each play schematically, and that starts with technique. And you really can't get to that until you get in pads. So, I don't want Mazi to be concerned about everything that goes with the first round pick. I just want him to be himself and just really, really focus in on how we're playing the techniques, obviously the alignments, and that we're asking him to do, and and obviously the advancement which will come in pass rush, because you didn't see a lot of it in college because he wasn't asked to do it, but just to make sure he continues to develop this. But let's make no mistake about it. I mean, he was brought here to command the A gap, so and today's is a starting point for him to start owning that technique.
He is here to demand the A gap, Will Steele. Sometimes B gap, And if you listen to Mazi Smith's 105.3 interview, 105.3's got a lot of interviews out now. But Mazi Smith was talking about the idea that, he needs a couple of days in pads to really feel what's like going on or whatever. But the one thing that he's really working on himself, right, is his ball get off, right? He's saying, hey, man, I can be strong, but I want to get off the ball like Osa got off the ball. Did you see that Osa peanut butter pick I sent you?
Yeah, I got it loaded in the clip.
Please. Please, sir. He was saying he wants to get off the ball like Osa gets off the ball or like Neville gets off the ball. So when people see Mazi getting off the football, that's Mazi, still, breaking old habits, right? Michigan had him as a pure run stopper, so he would come off the ball like just a tad bit late. You know, his legs would be boxed. They wouldn't be staggered, you know. So he comes off the ball a little later than everybody else. So he's still trying to break those habits. But Mazi Smith has the athleticism to really get upfield. So what he's going to be working on, especially with pads on now, he can actually come off the ball and hit and punch people. He's going to work on getting off the line of scrimmage. Now, you know, we seen a handful of reps with him. Him versus like Tyler Biadasz and him versus some other characters, just him and the man. Do y'all see Osa, man? I'm sorry, Mazi. Do y'all see Osa? That's what I'm saying.
So top left year 1, top right year 2, bottom is right now.
Man, somebody was like, Voch, what's off season peanut butter?
This
talking people in the chat about talking about Voch swole. I'm not. Will.
Yeah.
That's what I aspire to.
Bro, he's I think like 290 now, roughly.
Yeah.
And he don't have probably more than what 15. I don't even know if he got 10%, but I mean the dude is just swole.
He's M'Baku.
Yeah.
He's M'Baku from Black Panther. He ready to whoop somebody at a waterfall right now. That's what he is. Dog. You know, so I mean, I just want to know what Mazi looks like standing directly next to Osa, just so I can get the idea. Because, you know, Mazi.
Oh, you didn't see that picture when he got drafted?
I saw that picture, but
yeah.
Osa must have got big in the picture. Let's look at this Osa. I don't know, man. I saw this shit and I had a good giggle. Appreciate you, Will. Still,
yes, sir.
But you know, Mazi, man, he's working on his get off like Osa and Neville. He named those guys in particular. So once Mazi gets that in, come on, Maz. Chat. This is what we can't do, and when I say we, I don't mean like y'all. I mean, you know, them. Call into the show, by the way, 202-926-1127. Access code 309-104. We are taking your calls. If you actually do the research, and if you actually look around, you know, these Cowboy beat writers, these Cowboy characters, they actually post articles and real information where y'all can go find stuff, right? I believe it was Kyle Yeomans that was talking about Maz. It was a written situation. I understand motherfuckers don't like to read. Right, but Kyle Yeomans is basically letting y'all know, son, Mazi has been physical and smoking shit all day. Two things at play here. You can't allow people from outside of your fan base, because they're not gonna like you or care about you or say nothing positive about you anyway. You can't let people from outside of your fan base see Mazi get combo blocked, by the way, by Tyron Smith and Tyler Smith, and they say, oh, Mazi's trash because of this one play. He got double teamed and got moved. You can't allow people from outside the house to come in and say that to you, because they're going to say goofy shit. You shouldn't even be arguing with Eagles fans. They ain't got content to look at on the internet. You shouldn't be arguing with them. And then you shouldn't be arguing with Cowboy fans that's saying the same shit.
You hear what I said?
Do your research. Do your research. If somebody says, oh, well, Mazi got blocked on one play, that means Mazi must be doing terrible. That don't mean your ass needs to immediately be like, oh, I saw somebody on Twitter say Mazi's doing terrible, so he's doing terrible. Mazi's having a fine camp so far. You just happen to see the one play, and I swear, nobody's got a camera nowhere by the D lineman wheel still. It's just not a camera in sight over there. But you just can't be believing people just like, dog, at least do your own research. Find the beat writer. Search the word Mazi, motherfucker. Pat NOC Walker to help you. Search Mazi Smith. Somebody help you.
I got the quote from Mazi from the practice. Mazi Smith has been very open around his excitement for pads coming on. Today, he didn't disappoint by remaining physical in the middle and taking on double teams. He stood his ground on the inside, not allowing for easy holes in the run game. Additionally, he made some adjustments in alignment and pass rush to cover some more ground. See, you're right. People, and that's what's happening with, and I said this morning, when it's a low light, if a low light will go crazy on social media, or a highlight, but the normal good plays get no love. Mazi Smith had a good practice yesterday, but he did get double teamed and lifted. It happens. Sure. You got to learn from it. He'll get his look back.
Sure. It is what it is, man. It is what it is, man. I just Will still hit me up backstage and we was just talking about it. We not just gonna let y'all slide on the nonsense no more. Boy, Will still had a hell of a tiff with Iceberg earlier on the show, man. And I'm with him. I think we need to see this nonsense, call it out and punish it. Pause. Or whatever you want to say about it or whatever, but just normally we'll be like, oh, it's just some nonsense. We'll just let it slide, man. I'm with Will still, man. My new energy is finding this nonsense and calling it out. For example, Eastside Harold, you are a Texans. I finally see you in the chat now. You are a Texans fan. What are you doing at 7:30 in the morning watching 105.3 The Fan, sir? What are you doing?
What is Harold doing in here at 3:58 Central talking about our wide receiver's hair color?
Well, see, Will, still, this is the problem. The excuse that they make is, oh, Voch, we're not fans of the Cowboys. We're fans of yours. Hey, I can understand that. Appreciate you. But why at 7:30 are you listening to 105.3 to listen to CeeDee Lamb talk?
If that's the case, brother, then here's your coloring book. Go off in the corner, color in the corner, be present while the grown folk talk.
And then when we get on him in the chat, he act like we ain't here. He act like we ain't here talking to him. I know you ain't going to no Texas content creator. I know you ain't left to watch some of their content.
Texans content. Does that even does that exist?
I just made that shit up. I don't know.
It's false.
It's not real.
No way.
I don't.
This time we create
Texas.
You know what I'm saying?
Who in the blue hell are you?
I don't think it exists.
Oh, Voch, I'm a fan of RJ Chopper. That's why I was. That's why. He from Houston. RJ Chopper from Houston. I just support him. All right, man. What's the name up here too, man? Blade Brown up in here every day, boy. Y'all are getting this content in. I'm happy for y'all. I'm happy that the Cowboys are y'all second team and that y'all just love taking in all this damn content, man. Y'all don't like me that much. I promise you.
I don't show none of them that type of love for y'all to even to like me like that. So I mean, appreciate it.
Yeah,
but at the end of the day,
I will take
your team.
Straight up and down. All right. Let's get to the phones, man. We ain't doing nothing else, man.
I didn't hear you say that again.
Let's get into the phones, man. We ain't doing nothing else.
I got two.
All right, here we go.
It just took a second. I just had to hear it again.
I had to find it. You know what I'm saying? The banks. There's a lot of banks in there. I got you, sir. I got you, sir. Let's get Mark on the phone. What's up, sir?
Hey, Voch. Hey, Scott. What's going on, man?
What's happening?
What you got for the show?
Man, y'all better do something with these haters and these roaches in here. Get that fumigating out of here.
Yeah, man.
How these people in this chat with this nonsense.
They be
Get them all out of here.
Yeah, they're not gonna hurt nobody. It's all good. It's all good.
Hey, man. Hey, Scott, do me a favor, man. If you would, please, sir. When you have Brian Broaddus on your show tomorrow, man, ask him something. Ask him what he thought of that whole thing about Kellen Moore having to take his play sheet down to Mike McCarthy to get it approved. Because, you know, that all came to a head with them last year, you know, after that Green Bay game. Ask him about that. Had he ever heard anything like that? That's just retarded. When you see what they do in the offense, not in camp, and I know it's camp, you know, I know all of the, you know, we get a little hyped about it because we getting a different vibe from everybody now. But you get a chance, Scott, man, ask Broaddus about that. Because he brought that up, you know, because I don't know if he's trying to give anybody any cover when he said, hey, look, everybody knows what's going on, so you just can't throw one guy or the other under the bus. Kevin's not running a play that Mike McCarthy don't know, yada, yada, yada. So ask Broaddus about that if you can remember that, man. Because I'd like to know what he thinks about that.
Sure.
Have he ever heard anything like that before going on?
Gotcha.
And another thing, man, Voch, man.
I'm not having nobody on, so I can't ask nobody.
You're in good shape, but you look good, man, for a former offensive lineman. Most of the time, those guys, you know, they don't get sloppy, but you look good, man.
I got sloppy.
Good, don't.
that was me too. That was me too, man. Yeah. But appreciate you, man. That you know what I'm saying? That means a lot to me. Appreciate you, man.
You're all right. You're all right, big dog. You're all right, big dog.
Yes,
I'm loving that with Dak, man. I think a lot of this nonsense that can get put to rest because I think because he's going to have so much control, he knows where he's going with the football. He knows what he's doing.
Sure.
We're going to see the best version of Dak we've ever seen. Better than it's going to be that 2016 version of Dak on them PEDs. I think he's just been to wreck people.
Yeah.
And nobody's going to really know or appreciate how good he is, I think, or how good the Cowboys are on that side of the ball. Till about week 5, they're going to know about week 5, because I think we're going to mollywop the 49ers. Because we got an off-speed pitch for them now. So I think we're going to really mollywop them. Because we started out real quick early. You know, we've been doing that last 2 or 3 years, starting out real quick, and people going to be like, okay, well, whatever. But I think it's going to be a different thing this year. I think they're going to mollywop people.
Yeah.
And people ain't going to people going to be like, oh, shit. Right around week 6, week 7, people gonna be like, "Oh shit, this ain't we ain't seen this from before."
Sure.
And it's gonna look a whole lot different.
Sure.
It's gonna look a whole lot. So I can't wait, man. Y'all go ahead and have your show and man, do something with Blade Brown. Do something with him.
I will not.
He's running around in his set, man. Get him out of here. Get him out of here. Get him out of here.
I will not. Blade Brown. Blade Brown don't even like black people. I can't do nothing with Blade Brown. What I'm gonna do, man? What I'm gonna say to Blade Brown? No, sir. Master William.
Yo.
To Mark's point, let me just run down this schedule. We're not really gonna get credit for beating the Giants. All right, cool. They're hyping the Jets, but I don't think that we'll get much credit for beating the Jets. But okay.
Shit. That's Aaron. Hey. I ain't letting them do it. They try to do it with Tom Brady. We ain't beat Tom Brady in how many moons? And they finally beat him. And all of a sudden, oh well, it don't matter. Nah, F that. That mattered. So if you beat Aaron Rodgers, who has owned you since 2009. No, you definitely feel good about that, but my bad. So I ain't gonna let it slip.
Well, see, I don't think like national credit, right? Like we're gonna give us the credit because look, we can be like, oh, this is our first time beating Tom Brady. Fuck him, we whooped the shot, we retired Tom Brady, but they was like, so they're not good or whatever, right? Like I just feel like they wouldn't give us credit for beating Aaron Rodgers and the Jets right there. We'll celebrate.
Crazy. That's crazy if you don't. But the Jets defense is one of the best in the league. They get Aaron Rodgers. They're probably about to sign Dalvin Cook. They got Wilson over there. They got some man. Look, come on, man.
Sure.
Never mind. My bad. I just kind of got in my head there.
No, you good. I can see us getting credit for beating the 49ers week 5 and the Chargers after that. We'll probably get some credit for beating the Chargers. Rams. Beating the Eagles in week 9, you'll probably get a little bit of credit for that. As much as people want to talk shit about Geno Smith being better than Dak, you ain't getting credit for beating Seahawks. I don't think so.
As you're saying this, bro, you know what I say? Basically, the credit.
Fuck credit. I agree. I'm with you.
Week to week, just get the job done.
Now, Will Steele, you say that. But what if Dak go out there versus Buffalo in week 15 and just smoke the shot at Josh Allen? Then is it going to be fuck him then, or we going to be celebrating and riding the streets because we finally get
By that time, I'm going to be so focused for the playoffs. Like that game, that last little stretch, that's the stretch I'm really – look, you have to play well leading up to that, right, Voch? Like you can't play badly to that. But that stretch, I'm like, look, I'm so focused on less of the credit and how are we playing well heading into the postseason? Because we hadn't been doing that the last couple of seasons where it's been the word I've been using is, hey, man, shit looking weird. Okay? Shit looking real weird. Yeah, we might be getting these dubs, but it's looking weird. And once we get into the playoffs, you can't have this herky-jerky weird shit when you're going up against these better teams, as you advance in the playoffs. So let's just, as long as we playing well, again, everything should be after national media this year, bro. Yeah,
but you you can't be 1-11 talking about some. Dak versus
no. You gotta win.
Let's get real Bishop Kang up here. Let's see what he's talking about. What up, Kang?
Man, what's going on with my Cowboys brothers, man? How y'all feeling this evening?
Life good, man. I can't complain, man. Everything's everything.
Man, before I get started, I just want you to know, sir, you are the first person in human history to use these 3 words together. Texans content creator. That has never been uttered.
Shit.
Hear what I said.
So congratulations.
No.
I don't know if we need to call the Guinness or what. All right, man, I don't know if we need to call Guinness or what, man, because that has never been stated ever in life. So congratulations to you, sir, on another accolade on your shelf, man.
My bad, dog. You right. You right. My fault. Thank you so much for recognizing me, man. My bad. That's great.
Hey, man, other thing I gotta say is, man, I missed them packages that we ran with in Micah's rookie year. Like putting Micah over the center or putting Tank over the center, man, it's like people, man, just imagine Tank, Micah, Mazi, and Sam all on the line. It don't even matter where they line up. Obviously, Mazi gonna be in his spot, but the rest of the three, it don't matter where they line up.
Yeah.
Who gonna stop them?
Sure.
Like, who's gonna stop? I'm trying to think of 5 guys that can stop them 4 guys.
Okay. Hey man, that's kind of what Endgame would be like. Sometimes Endgame they'll have like one big guy in there. And hey, if that could be Osa, but if Mazi can prove that he got some, but look, think about this though, like that's what we were saying about bringing in Mazi. Like if you can stop the run with 4 guys, you can do what you want to do, coverage wise and pass rush wise or whatever. You know what I'm saying? Like, as long as you got your big guys in there, you ain't got to rush but 4 or bring 4 or 5. And if Mazi and Osa can hold it down, or if Mazi and Hankins is that combination to hold it down in the run and man, you're gonna be pass rushing for 3 quarters if your offense does right. So sure.
Right on. And that's all I really was saying. Like I kind of like, don't get me wrong, second year Micah, I loved it. But It's just like the way that they was putting him anywhere and everywhere rookie year. Like, dude, like you can't. Well, bro, seeing him above the center is so scary as a quarterback, and you right there looking him dead in the eye. First thing you see is number 11.
You're going crazy now.
Bro, I'm damn near gonna shoot a brick. Like,
you're going crazy now.
Yeah. And I just want to see him get moved again. I like how that DQ was moving him and Tank also. I gotta go back to Tank because people we forget about Tank a little bit. Tank a dog, and like, bro, when they move him like to that right above the center, like the nose tackle, D tackle, it's like, bro, man, they make so many good plays, man, together. I just love this I just love this defense, man. And that's all I really had to say. It's just, man, I'm looking at this defense. I'm talking about from the defensive backs to people who might not even see the field this year. We got dogs all over this defense. We've never been this good on D. That's why I'm not worried about Dak throwing picks and stuff. Dak throwing picks going viral. I'm like, dude, he playing dogs. We got a rookie that got 5 picks, ain't even played a whole season. Yeah. Like, we got dogs, man. But I appreciate y'all, though, Voch, man.
Fair.
Hey, man, keep doing what you're doing. Will still keep doing what you're doing. And all the haters keep doing what y'all doing. Tune in, man.
Appreciate you. Great call. Great call.
Voch.
Yes, sir.
Just a short 3 years ago, there was guys like Xavier Woods, 75%. There was guys like Dontari Poe who didn't care. Guys like Daryl Worley, man.
Daryl Worley.
That's
your guy.
I feel so bad talking shit about Daryl Worley. Yeah. But look, man, like these guys are cool, but like he said, we got dogs. Yeah. And so I gotta salute McClay. I gotta salute Dan Quinn for changing the mentality of this defense, man. For real, from top to bottom, there's so many dudes that just play with this viciousness about them, and I'm hoping as long as we stay healthy, man, because if we stay healthy, we'll be cool. It's the health that scares me a bit. But if they stay healthy, this is going to be, I do think, an elite. Here's the funny thing, bro. I don't believe we were elite the last 2 years. I don't. I believe we were elite at taking the ball away and rushing the passer for the most part. But I don't think this was an elite defense. One of them defenses that forced you to do a certain thing, and then when we knew you were going to do it, you still couldn't get anything done from it. So I think this has a potential to be an elite defense for real, man.
I like that, Will, still. And it's kind of like we've been building this defense to move in that direction for 3 years, Like we'll have a problem and we'll fix it, and we'll see whatever problems are left, and we'll work through it. And we're opportunistic, right? We'll still get our turnovers or whatever, boom, 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 but we'll still just patch up some more stuff. And boy, just building this thing around Micah and Trey, man, just the last 2 pieces, man. Mazi and cornerback 2. Mazi and cornerback 2 was the last 2 pieces, bro. And
this how we know it's real. Rival fans, they are talking about, hey, look, it ain't your defense, man. It ain't your because the defense is coming. You know what I'm saying? It's coming. So I expect it to be a good year for him.
Can't wait to see him. 202, what's up? Who this?
Hey, what's up, man? Kelly Cal from Delaware, man. How y'all boys doing today, man?
What's happening, player? What you got for the show?
DMV in the building.
Man, I got a few questions for you boys, man. You and Phil, man. I watch your content
The conference has been locked.
to know what you guys think about. Did the offense do enough to address their issues in regard to losing to San Fran in the last 2 years in the playoffs? I haven't really seen. I mean, we haven't really addressed the kicker. I know we got kicker issues. I know we got a lot invested in Gallup, and Tolbert's having a good camp, but I don't trust him until I see him in preseason. Turpin, I'm not confident in. Cook is looking good, but you never know. And I just want to see Dak go against the elite defense. I know he's doing that in camp, but I just want to hear you guys synopsis on, do you think they did enough on offense to get past San Fran? And my second question is for you guys. Hey, Voch and Steele, give me your top 5 defensive linemen. If Jalen Hurts trying to do a quarterback sneak, give me your 1 technique, your 2 technique, your 0 technique. Who's your guy you put it in there to stop Jalen Hurts? And I'll hang up and listen.
All right. Appreciate you, brother.
You caught that. All right, as long as you caught that, I didn't really catch that part.
Yeah, I got you. All right. What do you say?
Stop.
All right. Okay. So the first question was, do you think offensively we've done enough? Like in light of what we did last year versus San Francisco. And I do think that Brandon Cooks is going to change a bunch of that. I think Tony Pollard, and we was going to lean on Tony anyway, but Tony got hurt. I think Tony being available is going to help you out a lot. Jake Ferguson, man, I just think Jake is going to be so much better than Dalton Schultz. And I think Schultz was a dude that was made by Dak. If I'm to be proven wrong, if he's better in, I forgot what, in Houston, I think. If he's still solid in Houston, then fine, cool. But at least now we can get like more yards after the catch with Jake than we would have, with Dalton Schultz or whatnot, right? And I just think that this offense is just going to shoot itself in the foot a lot less. Defense was fine versus San Fran last year. So do I think that we'll be better if Terrence Steele is playing? And we ain't got to worry about no Jason Peters stuff and nothing like that. Yeah, we should be better offensively versus the Niners next year.
Yeah, I 100% think we address the issues offensively, right? Like we had, by the end of the second quarter, 1 explosive player threat on the offensive side of the ball. 1. You come into the season with 5. And it sounded like he said he didn't know about Brandon Cooks. Is that what he said?
I don't think he said that, but I'm gonna just pretend like he did.
Okay, I thought he was a little hesitant on Brandon. Well, man, I urge you to go look at Brandon Cook's first year everywhere he's been with his new teams. This is his 5th one, I think, now. Every stop, he has been a really damn good player for that team, is barring injury, as long as he doesn't get hurt. So I don't expect anything different. And he's not playing with Davis Mills. He's playing with Dak Prescott. So, getting Brandon Cooks, you brought it up. Jake Ferguson now stepping in as a tight end. I think your running back room now, I don't think they'll be afraid, Voch, to go to another running back. For whatever reason, they was afraid to go to Malik Davis. This year, if TP is winded or TP is hurt or something like that, you got a plethora. And granted, our running back room is not the biggest name group, right? But combine that with another one we left out. Mike McCarthy's calling the plays now. Yep. He's been in these spots before. He's played against top defenses like this before. It shouldn't be anything new. So I'm putting pressure on Mike too.
Yep. And then don't forget, Will still my guy Kevontae Turpin. Woo! Woo!
Well, if they use his ass, look, man, I'm sorry. They could. I'm still thinking about that Niners game where TP went out. You still could have did something. Like you didn't have to just go into the tank and say it is CD Lamb or bust.
Yeah. Caustic Collins says, why has Cooks been traded so often? I think Cooks falls in this weird gray area or whatever, where he's like your best receiver, but you kind of want to pay him like a wide receiver too. But he's your best receiver. Go ahead, sir.
Tell you why, the compensation.
Yeah, money.
No. I'm sorry. What the teams are getting for him,
getting back for him. Okay.
Cooks has been traded for a first or second round pick 3 times.
Yeah.
For essentially, look, he is a high end wide receiver too. At the end of the day, right? Sure. So it's like, are you gonna give me 2 firsts? Yeah.
It's like if somebody call you with a first for Gallup, go.
Yes. Yeah. So you know, and it's not like I said, bro. Like when he goes to these places, he's having success. With the Patriots, they went to the Super Bowl, and that was his down year essentially from a catch standpoint. Rams, again, they went to the Super Bowl, and he was a leading receiver for them. Texans, before, you know, Davis Mills entered the picture, even with Davis Mills, he had a stack with him. Like everywhere he's been successful. He's not been a locker room problem or anything like that. He's just kind of one of those like basketball dudes where you just continue to get compensation for a guy who's been traded 7 times in the NBA. Brandon Cooks he's good. He's good enough to garner assets. And this is like the only time he didn't get traded for a first, second, or third round pick. I think his first 2 trades, he got first and second round picks for. His third trade was a second round, third rounders, and this one was a 5th.
Damn, boy. Shots and Will Steele with the graphic. Come on, man. You the best in the business.
Hear what I said?
I'm up here looking at the chat over here. I ain't see that you even put this up here.
First year, bro. That's why. I mean, look, sleep on him if you want. Not the caller. I'm just saying, people.
Yeah. Call ain't no. Fantastic. You really the best in business, Will. Can we get flames in the chat for Will Steele, please? Come on, man.
I'm just with one of the best in the business, man. Appreciate you.
2 Alicia's in the building. What's happening? Alicia. What's happening? Thanks for being here. Appreciate you. I also saw Jazz from Bitches Love Sports. Y'all go check out all this stuff now. Type it in. Do your Googles. Appreciate everybody for being here. Will Steele, do we have anything camp-wise that we just haven't touched on before we get into Supers?
I think we got to most of it. Yeah, I'm looking through here. We got to most of it, man. We talked about the wide receivers. It was a Dak Dot type of day. Micah. I'm not hearing about any injuries. Still, Sam Williams shoulder injury. I'm not sure if that came out yesterday when we was on air.
Yeah. Okay. I don't remember that happening, but
but Sam's out.
Yeah, they say it's a shoulder strain or something like that, so he'll be all right. Yeah.
Oh, we'll see how long it is, but so far so good. You know, a lot of competition from both sides. We like to see that, but doesn't seem like anything new. We covered most of it today.
All right. Eastside Harold called in. You said you wanted to call in, but I'm gonna get into these supers though.
Apologies to the DMV people. I'm not trying to insinuate Delaware is a part of the DMV. My bad.
For the longest, I thought
DC, Maryland, Virginia.
For the longest, I thought the D was Delaware. I didn't know.
True DMV folk don't play with that. That's like calling a Mexican Puerto Rican or a Puerto Rican Mexican.
That ain't the same shit.
No, they take it that way. They take it that way, bro.
Get over yourself. Trying to hear that shit.
Or a Tongan, a Samoan.
I wish I had my goddamn Busta Rhymes drop mode. I wish a motherfucker would. I will say though, I had to date a Puerto Rican to know the difference between, you know what I'm saying, Puerto Rican and Mexican.
I got plenty of cuss outs when I was a kid.
I learned on the fly. I wish I had my goddamn what would it be saved under? Would it be saved on the Vita Vea real name? Would it be saved on the Busta Rhymes? Would it be saved on the
That was funny. That's top 10 too.
Yeah. What a moment that was. I can't find it. All right, get up out of there. Or if there's any Mortal Kombat fans in the building, back in them old Mortal Kombat days, Raiden used to be like, that's Vita Vea shit. All right, let's get into it. On the volume side, supers for the day. Supers. Landon Evans, he dropped a dime in the super chat. Appreciate you, sir. It's clear to see when everyone was wrong in this offseason. Commas got to go in there somewhere. It's clear to see when everyone was in the offseason, Michael was already in training camp. He is now in mid-season. I got you. He is now in mid-season form. He needs to just sit out the rest of camp. Okay, he's saying that Micah is a little bit ahead of everybody else. When everybody else was in off-season mode, Micah's in training camp mode. They're in training camp mode. Micah's in mid-season form. Gotcha. I really feel like Micah can just sit down somewhere and he'll just show back up in September. You know what I mean? I saw CeeDee Lamb jumping all over, people falling down on the ground. I'm like, hey, man, sit y'all motherfucking ass down somewhere so we can, you know what I mean? I don't need to see nothing else from y'all. I don't need to see, you know what I mean?
I think it was McCarthy who said, we're going to be smart about the veterans and whatnot. You probably start treating Micah like a veteran.
Micah need to be treated like a fine china that you only bring out when company's coming. Till then, Paper plates, motherfuckers. Just sitting Micah down somewhere. Appreciate you, Mr. Landon. And Armand George, thank you, sir. He dropped the 5 in the super chat. Says, salute to Voch and Sky. Can't wait to see y'all in the big studio.
Did you hear what I said?
Shouts out to me because it's my mother bleeping birthday. Happy birthday to you, Mr. Armand George. Chat, can y'all please drop happy birthdays for Mr. Armand George, please? Thank you, chat. Appreciate you, Armand. Let me hit a refresh before we move on to the other side. Here we go. Brother Shaq got one on the refresh. Shouts out to you. He dropped the deuce. Says not football related, but thoughts on the Mortal Kombat 1 reboot. You should have been in the Twitch. We talked about Mortal Kombat a long time on twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi, but it's okay, Shaq. It's okay, Shaq. You miss episodes, man. You just gotta take your punishment, man. Just take your punishment. It's okay. Appreciate everybody that contributed to the super chat on the volume side. Eastside, not Eastside Harold called too. And Blade Brown, call in, please. I'm waiting for you. Call in now for your free psychic reading.
Calling me now.
Calling me now for your free psychic reading. And on I
said scam.
Oh yeah, they got y'all ass good, but it's always them ones. And for the Voch side, super chats on Voch side. Ralph 707 dropped the 5 and says, "What up, Voch? What up, Will? What's up,
yo?
What Cowboys jersey would you guys buy this year? And how many Cowboys jerseys do you guys have?" Well, Ralph,
I'm not a jersey guy.
Are you asking like you buying us a jersey, or are you asking like you just generally curious? My very first jersey was a Dez Bryant jersey. I was dating this chick one time. I got her a Jalen Smith jersey. Yeah, I think that's the only Cowboy jersey I got, I believe. Yeah. I'm not really big jersey guy neither. I mean, I got my old jersey that I played in back in the Gap. But that's all the jerseys I have. If I would add a jersey, it'll be like Diggs or like Parsons, because I feel like Parsons ain't going nowhere. Parsons gonna be till he ain't playing football no more.
Yeah, that's the one. If I bought one, it'd be Parsons, CD Lamb, Dak jersey. Yeah. Hell, I've been always want to do this if I was a jersey guy. Zach Martin, offensive lineman jersey. I'm not a jersey guy. I don't have jerseys. I used to have them as a kid. I don't do jerseys anymore. But I get an offensive line jersey. You know what I was waiting to get though? When I thought they was going to sign Marquette King, I wanted to get a Marquette King jersey just because we ain't never have a black punter before. That's what.
Yo, I was trying to make history.
Because it ain't gonna be long.
The goddamn Ruder rules gonna take place on punters. Goddamn, you was ready to capitalize. NFT monies. Appreciate you, sir, for your super chat contribution.
Deuce Vaughn would be nice too, but I don't think he's gonna keep 42. Maybe he will. We'll see.
42 is a strange looking number. Overshown would be a dope, like Overshown 0. That'd be dope. But I don't know
if he changes to 0. Yeah, that'd be dope.
Yeah, I don't know how long he's gonna be here though. All right, let's get into it. Hey, Will Steele. I told Eastside Harold, not East. I keep saying his name. I told Blade Brown to call in. The phones were locked, and I wasn't gonna unlock them.
You've been hoodwinked.
You've been had. You've been had. You've been took. You've been hoodwinked. Bamboozled. Led astray. Run amok. This is what he does.
Got him.
Mustache twirl. Okay, it's unlocked. Call in, Blaber. I'll waste my time all day. I don't care. All right. Marcus Hardison says, at the volume, that's me, Will Steele, and Blade Brown for some reason. At the volume, be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. Come on, Will Steele. Come on, man. I take that back. He is not talking to me, Will, and Blade Brown. Blade Brown don't deserve that. He's talking to me, Will, and like 2 eyes something. Be more concerned with your character than your reputation, because your character is what you really are, while your reputation is merely what others think you are. It's cold.
Yeah.
Heel Sky, Heel Voch, Young Pimp, and Young Lion or something, Young Player. I forgot my name. UNLV, hold this L. Lion sleep outside. Appreciate you, Marcus Harrison. That's fantastic, sir. That's fantastic.
Did you have your rap one ready?
Well, Marcus was here, so I didn't have it ready necessarily. I know Pablo Noriega, the real Noriega. He owed me 100 favors. Come on, Wilson. Come on, Wilson. Appreciate y'all for being here, man. Love y'all so much. The show wouldn't be nothing without you. We love how y'all just show up and turn out every day. You engage in the chat box. One time for y'all, man. One time. Please. Incredible day. Good stuff. Good cowboy work. Me and Will still got another one in the books. Like I said, we're gonna continue to try to get extra content out for y'all. So if y'all aren't the type to sit through the long live streams, we're gonna have a condensed version, a little 10-minute version that we're gonna be putting out every day. Brumley and the boys gonna be working on that. Appreciate y'all so much for putting that extra work in today, man.
Also, bro, audio versions will be coming soon.
Come on, man. They ain't telling me that. I ain't know that.
Yeah, I forgot to rap to you beforehand, but it's coming. That's something they've been wanting to happen. Look, y'all been asking for it in the comments and whatnot. So we will be having the Voch Lombardi live show audio version, I'm assuming.
Which is going to be weird because live streams are different than actual podcasts, but they paying whatever they paying for. Is what get your money, whatever. But appreciate y'all so much for being here, man. We love y'all to pieces. Follow us on all of our platforms, the volume on all of its social media platforms, and the volume on YouTube. Voch Lombardi, VOCHLOMBARDI. Patreon is going to be coming around when we get film from these preseason games. We will be breaking it down, and Patreon is going to be lit again weekly. So y'all go ahead and get your spot in there. Twitch.tv/Voch Lombardi, my non-football platform. We're going to be in there tonight, just kicking it, holding it down. Brother L has curated some pretty good content for us, so I'll just be reacting to that. It'll be a fun good little time. Also, Master William Skywalker Steelium, thank you so much, sir. Y'all catch him in the morning, A to Z Dallas on YouTube. He's going on this fancy guest press run. He's had Kyle Young, had Jess Navarre, Hillary Duff, Lizzie McGuire. Jess Duff Navarez on today, and you got B tomorrow.
Brian Broaddus, yeah, Brian be on tomorrow.
Brian Broaddus will be on in the morning. I'm telling y'all, man, don't just think that whatever you get from Will Steele on this show, that's all the Will Steele you need. You need to get a lot more. You need to go tap it in the morning because he puts in the work, man. So please go check him out. The content over there is different than the content over here. You know what I'm saying? So check out what goes on there. Pat Walker is going to be on this Friday also.
Every Thursday, Pat will be on. Yep.
Hey, Will Steele, watch the motherfucking show now. A to Z Dallas on YouTube, 8:30 to 10:30. Appreciate Monday through Friday. Appreciate you, sir. And for the rest of y'all, man, y'all hold it down for the Doski, Wilson, and Peasky Whiskey. Till next time, volume.
Are you not entertained? Planet. Are you not entertained?
Yeah, man. Wrestling Pod, end of the month, September. I don't want to do it by myself, though, man.
I'll hop on.
I was about to say, I don't want to do it by myself.
I'm only going to show up with my limited WCW, WWF.
That's fine. You'll keep me from being biased with WWF.
You're going to be like, Voch, who's your favorite luchador?